Hello, everyone. My name is Nino,
My name is Liberal.
and this is Thriving at Love and Relationships. Explain.
Today, we're going to be talking about a very, very important topic.
Yep. Hence why we are color-coded.
Green
Green
for money, green.
is for money. All right. So we're going to be talking about money. Hey, I say more. Money.
No,
and
now, wait now. See the money we effect.
we're going to be talking about money.
Yes, we're talking
Okay.
about money today.
Yes. And we're going to talk about what we've learned about how to manage money, together as husband and wife. Some of the issues we had, things that we had to walk through, and how we've been able to make it work through them. Because I think there was a research that I read that spoke about most people think that one of the major reasons for divorce is infidelity. But it's
money.
actually money. One of the major reasons why people end up divorced is money. Somebody has an issue with managing money. Somebody has an issue with, who is earning more. So many things that...
Who should pay what?
Exactly, that are founded upon money. And we are just going to be sharing with you some of the things we've learned, some of the issues we've had, and how we've been able to make it work. So, number one, the money mindsets that we had coming into marriage. So, Lulu, this first question goes to you. What was the mindset you had about money coming into this abode, this marriage, this marital union?
Okay, I get your question,
All right.
sir. Okay, so the mindset I had about money about money actually is that my money is my money. Your money might not necessarily be our money, but I had to have money, right? I came with the mindset of, well, I'll do my thing by myself. I don't want to be a liability to my husband. I don't want him to take care of anything for me. If I have any need, I'll be working and I'll do my own thing. That was the mindset I came into marriage with. I was that
Very independent.
very
independent
woman.
woman.
That was me. And how that even came about is from my own childhood, seeing my mom and my dad in their relationship. My dad would always ask my mom things like, what are you contributing? What are you doing? That was how he saw my marriage as. But she obviously had her own mindset about money in the marriage. She felt like the husband is meant to provide. I'm just meant to support. But he didn't have that mindset. So I would see them quarrel about money, about this. And I made up my mind that, well, nobody's ever going to make me feel like I'm not adding value, or I don't have money, or I can't, or because I don't take care of myself in certain ways and I don't have the money, I have to meet you for it. Just putting myself through all of that, I was just like, nope, I'm going to be financially independent in my marriage. And boy, oh boy, did God wait for me in front.
Yep. Get far in front.
Waited for me in front.
And then for me, the mindset I came into marriage with was, what I always saw growing up was, the man provides for his family at all costs. So coming into marriage is like, whatever you need, I got you. Whatever we need, I got you. Whatever I need, I got you. It was a mindset that as the man, whatever bills need to be paid
His
for
money
the house.
is our money.
Yeah, my money is the money for the house.
Oh, you're sweet.
I actually never even used to spend money on myself. I just felt like, as this money is coming in, is for my wife and it's for this, this house. However, how did these mindsets now clash in marriage?
So it clashed where, what do you mean by clash?
So for example, like me coming with the mindset that I want to spend on this house and on you and whatever we need, and you now coming into marriage wanting to be independent, how did that now affect the marriage? How did that make me feel?
Okay, so I remember one statement Nusa made in the heat of an argument that we had, when he was telling me how I was too strong, I was too independent, and he said to me, and I'll never forget, he said, "You are not giving me room to be a man in your life and to be your man. You're not giving me the privilege to provide for you." And when he said that, I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And I could see, like, I could hear the pain behind those words. Now, maybe I'm being a bit dramatic, but I could really see how me wanting to provide for myself, do things by myself, was in some way hurting him, if that even makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to like have a whole mental shift and be like, auntie, I don't think this is what is happening. And then, thankfully, God helped me. And God did not help me in a beautiful way. He literally told me, "See, for 1 year, you're not going to work. You're not going to earn any dime. You're going to do this and this instead." And so for that 1 year where I wasn't working, I mean, I had a bit of savings, but the savings weren't going to help me for the whole year because I didn't even envision that this was going to happen. So I had to now, I was now in situations where I would have to ask him for money for things that I wanted to do. And what?
It was difficult
It
for
was
her.
difficult.
Very difficult.
It was so, and that was another aspect where God was trying to deal with, which was pride for me. That because you have money doesn't mean that it somehow validates you. It doesn't mean that you are now important. No, if you ever do have money, it's not for yourself. It's for your home. So I had to go through that learning process. I'm still learning. You know, sometimes it's still hard for me to ask him for money, and you know, and so I have to now learn how to like be a woman, or to be
to embrace your femininity.
To embrace my femininity,
and be able to, like, for example, let's say her car breaks down, there's something that needs to be fixed. I would always want her to ask me. And one other thing I think was also difficult for you was that even if I told you to ask me, doesn't always mean that it's going to be yes. Like, you can ask me and I can say no, I cannot give to you, and it's just that because maybe I have a reason why, okay, this particular reason I can't afford this right now. So I think it was also a work on pride from your own point of view. So that was how, and after we had conversations about it, she now adjusted, and I was able to now, you know, I was given the privilege to be able to provide.
And to even buttress on that point is the fact that men and women have different roles in a relation or in a home, marriage, right? The man is meant to be the provider, and once you strip him of that role, it's like you've not given him a purpose to serve in the marriage. And when you as a woman now take up that role as a provider, it's going to be a burden for you because you are not created in any way to be the provider. You have your own role, he has his own role. So women, please, I'm begging you, accept help from your husband. Like now, if there's one heavy bag here, babe, please could you help me? If I need to buy fuel for my car, babe, please could you help me buy fuel for my car? Now, that is really it for me now. That's what I'm learning to do. So,
I mean, there are some situations also where, I mean, the woman might be earning more than the man, but we're not saying that because as a woman you have the money to provide and your husband doesn't have. There's a wisdom in going about it, because a man that doesn't have money to provide for his family and his wife is providing for the family, as much as women from a point of view is like, I have the money now, he should let me provide, he should do this, is that you have to understand a lot of times men, their identity is tied to provision in the home, to what they do. So a man that can't provide for you and you have more money than him, there's a way you have to still let him still feel like, you know, the provider, even if he doesn't have as much as you do. But I mean, that's a discussion for another day. But however, in our own case, you know, she now learns to be able to allow me provide for her. So that's one thing that we learned, or that we've learned so far on our, you know, on our money journey. Now, number 2, saving and spending. My dear wife.
Spending! Hey!
Who is the spender?
Lulu spending!
I don't even need to ask the question. So, my wife is the spender.
But wait, I'm not like a spender to the extreme.
Yes,
now.
you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Give me instances. Defend that statement.
My wife spends on impulse as it comes into her heart, whether it's for herself or for somebody else. My wife, for example, can, and because she has such a good heart, or such a great heart.
A nice way to let me down.
There was one time she had said I think she said maybe you had maybe 10K in your account, and somebody had walked up to you and said, okay, maybe they needed school fees for something, and the school fees was like 9,000 also. She carried 9,000 and she gave the person.
Because person was in need.
Do you understand? And I could not understand it because it would not be like as if I'm the bad person that does not want her to help.
Yes, you're the bad person.
You get, but that's how my wife can be very emotional with money. As it comes to her mind, she spends. However, me on the other hand, I'm the more
frugal,
prudent person with money.
Yeah.
You understand? I like to save money. I like to invest. I like to do that. And I mean, I think when we now understood
our strengths and weaknesses,
it was not easy for us to make a decision. Henceforth, the person
who are you? What is henceforth?
Henceforth, when he had to do with finances of the home and managing the money in the home, that responsibility falls on yours truly. However, in some other homes, the woman can be the more frugal one and the man can be the spender. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the person that is making the money is the person that knows how to spend it. Because it's a marriage and it's a partnership. Her money comes in, your money comes in. But as a man, obviously, it's your money that she will usually want to spend.
Yeah.
They don't like spending their money. Let's just be honest about it. They don't like spending. But however, you now have to know who is the saver, who is the spender, so that you can come up with ways to manage the money. So, how do we manage our money? I mean, Why
are you talking like this now?
It's money matter now. You have to be serious.
No, you don't have to be.
I mean, I had done the research and read about different ways to manage money and marriages and all that. So what we currently do is she has her accounts, I have my account, and then we have joint accounts. 2 joint accounts. So we have one savings joint account, and then we have spending joint account. Yeah. Now, with that account, she comes up with the bills.
Yeah, so what we need to do in the house or whatever.
Or down, I don't have the energy to cost things. So she comes up with the bill. She sends it to me. I dispense the money.
Didn't I just realize that I have a lot of power? I can inflate prices and you not even know.
But the Holy Spirit will tell me.
The Holy Spirit will tell me. He will not tell you anything.
See what I did there?
He will not tell you.
Please try it.
What if I've done it that you don't even know?
I would know.
No.
And maybe I'm letting you.
No.
But you've not done it yet.
I beg
but if you did, I'll catch you.
Catch us.
So she comes up with the bills. She sends it to me. I dispense and she executes. So I get into the account. And she has the account. So she's the one that, but I mean, I still get the alerts on the account. So for example, if she makes a particular purchase and I'm like, 100,000. I text her, I say, madam, what are you doing at ShopRite? What do we need in this house that is 100,000? Then she'll now say, okay, this particular thing that we have, we need to buy this, I'm like, okay, but I mean, she has the ability to be able to dispense based on what we have agreed. So one thing that we have learned is that money matters in marriage. If you don't discuss with each other.
Even speaking about the discussion, do you remember how when we had just gotten married and then we had the budget for the monthly expenses for the house, and then it wasn't enough, and then I had to come back and literally do a presentation to him as to how and why we needed to increase the money for the month. Yeah.
And it has to do with the foodstuffs.
Yes. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is that both of you need to be responsible for don't say this person, this your own fury. Just bring the money because this is what we need. No. Both of you have to have conversations about and they are tough conversations. Let me not even lie. The conversations are tough. I remember before I even went to go and meet him, it was like months before then because I had not started using my money to argument because I was like, how do I go back and tell this guy that we need more money? But eventually I had to have the conversation.
And because I'm very frugal and very particular about what we spend, and it might look like as if I don't know what is happening, but I'm actually, sometimes there's some transactions I will say like, I'm like, this figure on this alert does not look like something we spend on every month. And I text her and say, what happened? Sometimes she might not say, oh, my card was not working, so I use the card, I'll send it back. So those type of things, I'm always very particular. So I remember one time where, I mean, you had budgeted for a particular amount to spend on food stuff, and I think you had cooked food one month, and I saw the food and the thing did not have turkey.
You're not talking.
I'm like, why does this food not have turkey now? How is it turkey? And then you like, I said, the money that you give is not enough for
It's not
turkey.
enough for talking.
It's only enough for gizzard. I said, you know what? How much is turkey? Take the money, go and buy turkey. Tomorrow, I want turkey.
And it was actually deliberately because we had to increase the money again. And
Yes.
I didn't know how to go back to him. So I said, you know what? I'll use wisdom.
Exactly.
So I now purposely did not buy what I knew that he would really like. So he would ask the question. And then I
Wow.
not tell him.
So you manipulated me.
I didn't manipulate. I just had to find wisdom around how to do it.
But actually, that was
Exactly.
good wisdom, because the thing about it is that when she had told me that, see, this money is not enough, I'm like, see.
And things were expensive in the market.
I said, we will make it work. In fact, that the money is there does not mean that we have to spend
Exactly.
it.
And you know, you were saying that even if we have to eat beef, we'll eat beef. We'll eat beef.
When
and
I was
not
saying
giving
it,
him the beef.
I was not thinking about it.
No.
That's why I don't like beef, but you want some turkey here. You want
Exotic stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I like exotic stuff in my food. Even the drink, some juices that
And
you
he
buy.
says, why is there no drinking? I said,
I say, why is there
there's
no iced
budget
tea?
for that,
Why is
babe.
there no Five Alive? Why is there no, like there's no. When she used to say, there's no budget for that, and I look into my account, I'm like, but there's money. You know what? Take this money. I think there was one time I made one statement. What was the statement?
money is not a problem.
I said, I'm too rich for us to be eating. Yes, it was a proud statement. I said, I'm too rich for us to not be eating turkey or something. I think we're also trying to budget for dry cleaning.
Oh yeah, it was dry cleaning.
It was dry cleaning.
It was
And I
dry
hate
cleaning.
ironing.
Yeah.
I hate washing. And I think one day I had to go and iron because we had spent.
Yeah, because I had washed with the washing machine. I had not gone to the dry cleaners because normally they would iron, they would dry clean, iron, all of that. But for some of his clothes, I had to use the washing machine.
Yeah.
And after I use the washing machine, me, I'm not going to iron
Washing
it.
machine is not going to
He will
iron
have to
it.
iron it.
So that
one
money now
Friday
was dancing.
morning, he was ironing his clothes. He was mumbling. And I was like, babe, what happened? And I said, I'm ironing my clothes. Why even do I have to iron? I said, because I don't take it to the dry cleaners.
I
I
think
said,
because there's no
but why
budget.
did you take it to the dry cleaners? I'm too rich for that. Like,
I said, I'm too rich to be ironing my clothes. I said, I've made enough money and I don't want to be ironing my clothes anymore. So a lot of times when I'm cutting the budget, I have no idea that it is going to still affect me
Exactly.
later. So what she usually does is that when she has given me advice, I say, this budget is so small. And I say, no. She will just
leave
let me be. And then I'm the one that will still come back and push more money towards that because, I'm trying to be more prudent, thinking about the future. How can we put investments here, blah, blah, blah. So these are some things that we have experienced. And I'm sure some married couples watching this have also experienced that with money. Because money is a very sensitive thing.
it's very sensitive.
It's a very sensitive thing. It's something that you might think is not something like 2K. For example, let's say you spend money on behalf of your spouse or so, and then your spouse wants to send you the money back, and you say, don't send me back. That person, the spouse can eventually send the money back, and the fact that she sends the money back can even now get you upset and turn into some sort of fight, And then also, I think when we go out, payments for stuff.
It's the house that pays.
It's the house that pays.
The joint account
It's
pays.
the joint account that pays. If both of us are going out, my money is my money, her money is her money, and the house money is for the house. So if we go and watch a movie,
The house
pays. If we go to the supermarket, the house pays. If we go and then she's not with the house card, I pay, and when I get home, madam, where is my money? And she will now send it back to my account. So that's the way we've been able to, manage our expenses. And obviously, we know that when children come, when we have other expenses, we'll also find a way around it. But on this our short journey.
It has helped us to be accountable to each other.
Yes, to be accountable to each other. So, I mean, to the people who are not married yet, this is something that you need to discuss with your fiancé or your fiancé.
Are we doing 50-50?
Exactly.
Are we
doing 100? And one thing I don't like about people always coming to say, should it be 50? People always just want percentages. You just want somebody to answer you. Should we do 100, 200? Should we do 50, 20? Should we do 30, 55? Should we do 80? Just discuss with your spouse and leave the pastors alone. Stop asking the pastor, should it be 50, 80? Yeah. It's what your spouse wants. If your spouse says they want 50, 50, and you are not okay with 50, 50, then you have a decision to make. But if they say they want 50, 50 and you agree, and you go into marriage, you now carry the matter to pastor and say, well, my husband is only doing 50, my wife is only, people agreed. Yeah. So it works for different. Money matter is something that is not, I've not seen any scripture on who should manage which money in the Bible. It's something that is solely on both of you. However, yes, what is in the Bible is that the man should provide for his home. But when it comes to money matters, I mean, you can have a particular role where the man can pay for this, the woman can pay for this, based on the decisions you've had, So, but I just think that married couples need to talk about
Have
these
that
things
conversation
more.
before,
Have these
before
conversations.
not even married people. People in relationships
Yeah.
need to have this conversation
Yeah.
before they get married.
Yeah.
Because when you now eventually get married, it's what you've talked about that you're going to implement in your
Exactly.
marriage.
Are you a spender or are you a saver? And don't let them lie. Are you a spender? Are you a saver?
I love to spend.
She loves to spend. And I always put her on a budget, which I gather. If not, we'll probably be. There
to
probably
spend
wouldn't be
your
lights
money.
lights in the house right
I don't
now.
understand. So are you saying that the things that I want will somehow deplete our resources?
You have an expensive taste, mind you. Yes or no?
No.
She has an expensive
I've learned
taste.
how to abase and abound.
But God has given me the grace for all situations. So yes, once again, thank you for, spending some time with us to learn about our money journey. I mean, as we go on in this journey as well, we'll be sharing more stories and more tips of what we have learned of how to manage money and on money-related topics.
Oh, are you saying we're going to talk about money again?
I mean, I think the essence of this channel is as we learn on this journey, we share with people, because you never know who out there can relate or who out there is looking for something like this to learn from. So yes, so please like, subscribe,
Comment,
share, and till next time, I'm Nino,
I'm Lulu.
and this is Thriving
I
and
love and
Relationship.
relationships.
Peace out.